What are you doing?
I get horny when I'm scared.
I'm married.
Who cares? It's just us and the shitty wildlife, you know?
So first of all, a broader question would be if you're someone that when you jump into a project, you kind of just light up the entire thing, no matter the genre. So is there a TV show that you would want to guest star on that's currently on the air?
Yeah, I mean, anything. Like I'd play anyone on the Bear.
I was gonna say The Bear because I know you had a great conversation with Jeremy.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I would be up for White Lotus 3. I would be up for let's see, what would be a no, I'm trying to think of what. I'll be really honest. Lately, I've just been very intimidated by a lot of the shows that are out right now. I mean, I feel like uh some of the shows just are so advanced. I don't know. I wonder if I could actually do any of them, like I'm glad Succession ended because I had a lot of anxiety about Succession, about like whenever I would watch it, I would just be like, "Oh my God, how did they do this?"
Yeah, it's like a good tension, but which is weird. But yeah, I totally get what you mean.
But no,
Yeah. What
they have like 18 monologues each episode, and they can all manage to do it.
you had some really great monologue of sorts in Riff Raff. I thought your character Ruth was very tough yet fragile, and I thought you just balanced the vulnerability and the comedic parts really, really well. And I'm just curious if you had a certain process going in trying to find your character for this.
No, I didn't. I didn't have any process. No, I did, but I was sort of. I do have to say, when I read the script, I felt like I could do that part of Ruth because I don't know. She was a woman who had suffered a lot, and things hadn't gone well for her. And she was sort of her early days were, she was sort of she really had it going on, and then her later years were very depressing, and um I could relate to that, like just being a woman and, how fun it is in your 20s and 30s, and,
Yeah.
then, then that year happens where like reality sets in and, um, you've invested in some man that doesn't like you and I don't know, just all that kind of stuff I could relate to. I could relate to and actually kind of, you don't have to relate to anything really. If you want a part, you can play someone who doesn't have anything that have, and there's no similarity. But I don't know. I felt, growing up in Boston and sort of with some people that were sort of rough around the edges, at certain, I don't know. I felt like I knew that woman.
Yeah. Um, and I feel like probably the most revealing scene was with Ed Harris's Vincent in the garage.
Yeah.
Um, and I was just curious, like, what it was like developing that rapport with Ed because it was so heartbreaking, and your character still manages to make it funny in times, but you just really feel for her, and she's living in the past, and just how did you collaborate with Ed leading up to that?
Well, it was so funny. He, even though he's a true legend, he he's incredibly polite and generous when you're doing a scene with him. You wouldn't, you know, not that other actors aren't, but Ed Harris he's just intimidating because he's just has an incredible body of work, and he's brilliant, and so it's hard not to sort of lose your mind when you're with someone like that. But yeah, somehow was able to get through the scene. I have to say there was a couple times where I really botched the scene terribly, and I think it was because I was very intimidated, and he's a really nice guy, but I was he's he's a superstar, and yeah, I was thrilled I got to work with him.
Yeah, it's a great cast, and it's interesting to me that you get so intimidated because you wouldn't, you fit right in. You were really great in this role. Do you feel like you intimidate people when you go onto set?
Not a chance.
Really?
They can see, by the 50th time of like, me misplacing my script and, like, or just like, losing stuff. I don't know. I can have respect for a second, but people sort of see that it takes a very short amount of time for me to just show them that, I can't even, find my way out of the driveway of that house.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, you're fantastic, and I've been so excited to see all your success and congratulations. I have to wrap, but congrats on Riff Raff. I
Thank
really enjoyed
you.
this film. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great to meet you.
Yeah. So nice to meet you.